Hi everyone, Natasha here, and around my home today I am in my office and it is a gorgeous day outside, actually really not bad at all for December, and it is time to set up my planner for a new year. So join me in setting up for 2023. Happy New Year and welcome to my office. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. I'm excited to be finally setting up my planner for 2023. In the last couple of weeks of December, it was on my mind, but of course we had to focus on Christmas and lots of other events happening. So now we are after Christmas and I finally had a little time to just think about what I wanted in my planner and how to set it up for the new year. So I've done a couple of things already. I'll tell you about a little bit of the supplies I have today and then we'll walk through the process. So besides my basic planner, and I'll show you more of that in just a minute, I have some inserts from Jane's Agenda. So the top one here is a monthly planner insert where it's just the month on the front and then a larger version of the month on the back. And I have one for all 12 months of 2023. And this came in the January Jane's Agenda Deluxe subscription box. So I will have that linked below. You can watch that video if you're interested. I believe currently you can still sign up for the February box. So if you're interested in that, I'll have my affiliate link down below. So I have that to start with. I also have the monthly Jane's Agenda 36 classic inserts, and we'll be going through those in a little more detail. I have two sets of those and I'll explain why shortly. And then I have the daily number 12 classic inserts, and these will be for the first quarter, and I did order these dated, so we're going to be using those as well. I also have the free sticker sheet that came from the Prayerful Planner, and this is something that I sometimes use in my planning just for a little decoration. And of course I have an assortment of markers and pens, and I'll talk about those as well, but I'll have them linked in the description box below. So let's set these aside. So this is my basic planner, and what I've done so far is I started with my planner as it was in December, and I've set it up now with some of the gold disc from Jane's Agenda and the January cover that came in the January subscription box. So it says the best is yet to come in that pretty gold foil, and also has the little gold dots that start heavier at the top and bottom and then sort of fade out to the center. And behind that is this pretty floral dashboard. And then I have set up my personal year page. So this I get from the Louise Hay Colors and Numbers book. And I've talked about this lots before. If you've watched any of my planning videos, you have seen this. And I also have a video where I go through the details of how to use the system. So for me, the year 2023 is a personal year number 6. So I did go ahead and set up this page. So my word for the year is responsibility. And I have my affirmation down below, which says I accept my responsibilities with love and joy. And then this just talks a little bit more about the year. And then behind that, I have a blank page. I may add more to this, maybe a yearly celebrations page, just some of the highlights of the year. I'm not sure yet, but that's there if I need it. And this is just on some of the Jane's Agenda dot grid paper. I picked that up on the Black Friday Cyber Week sales. And I'm so happy I have it because it's just such a nice blank piece to start with. But I love having the dot grid to help me, keep things even and straight, and it's fairly easy to use. Then we just go into my planner categories. I kind of sat down one day and jotted this out just so I knew what I was working on trying to organize within my planner. I have a little pocket that I made and I just keep extra things in there. And then this was just a note page I had thrown in there to do some brainstorming. I have the green pocket that came in the December Jane's Agenda box. And then behind that, this section after the United States time zone calendar or time zone map, I have some different calendars. Let me see. So I can show you this. I have my planning routine there. I don't reference this very often, but sometimes it's nice just as a reminder. So behind this page, I have some details and information about upcoming events for our family. So I don't want to show you all of that, but you can just kind of see, basically this is my year at a glance, couple of pages, and I'm just taking notes as I've found out about different events and doctor's appointments that are coming up. Then we can jump ahead to December. So this is the last couple of days of December. I did keep my December monthly calendar in here, and that way I could reference this as we were finishing up this last week. And then I have the last couple of days of December. I do still need to add my December memories page here. And then this is my week so far, and the last couple of days. So you can just see how those have kind of finished up. I switched out my daily bookmark to be this today dashboard from Jane's Agenda, and this was just something that was in the shop at one point when I was doing some shopping. Then we go into that very last daily page, and then I did set up a monthly reflections page on the back for December, and I'm hoping to fill this out as I go into 2023. I'd like to do one of these at the end of each month, and then also have a monthly page to start setting up some of my goals. And some of what I'm going to be using to do that is most likely going to be on this Aldi planner. So I talked about this in my 2023 planner stack video, but I really like how at the beginning of each month they have this page where you can see a little section for your goals, priorities, birthdays and special events, or special dates, and then events grateful for. And then I've added a section that says small improvements to make down here in this grid, and there is a little section for notes. So this planner in general is going to be my social media, business planning with Jordan Essentials, and my YouTube channel, but I liked having this bigger dashboard page to just really go through some of the details of planning ahead for the month. So my intention is to use this as a little bit of a monthly reflection at the end of each month, and then I'll move into looking ahead and setting goals and projects that I want to work on. And then the details of how my social media and Jordan Essentials business is going to look is going to be laid out in this planner separately. So I'll probably talk about that in another video, but I just wanted to show you that's part of my planning system going into the new year. Then I have these dividers, and these also came in the January deluxe subscription box from Jane's Agenda, and I was really happy to get those just because I don't have anything like that. So now I have a really easy way to divide out my months. So I have the first 6 months in here, and we're going to start, I think, by putting in my monthly planner pages for the first 6 months. But before I do that, I'll just quickly kind of talk about the rest of my sections. So I have a quarterly planning section, and this is where I'm breaking down more of my detailed projects and plans per month. I have quite a few of the quarterly planning pages from Jane's Agenda that came in the last couple of subscription boxes. And then I also picked up some of her project planning pages in addition to the ones that came in the sub box. My family section is where I keep like our school calendar, any notes about doctor's appointments or birthdays. I have a budgeting section, and one of my monthly calendar inserts collections that I got is going to go in there. My JE section is for my Jordan Essentials business, and then social is where I'm going to be doing some of the basic brainstorming and planning for my social media that I can take with me. So the details are going to go in that separate bigger planner, but when I want to just have a quick overview, or if I have ideas, brainstorming, things like that, it'll live in this tab here. And then AHF is one of my volunteer positions that I hold. I have a section for notes, and so I'm using my notes section a little differently. Before, it was kind of a combination of blank pages, and as I would take notes on things, I would just leave those notes pages there. And as I was setting up this new planner for the new year, I wanted to clarify things a little bit more for myself. So my notes section is pages that I've actually completed or filled out. So it could be notes from a meeting or a training session I've done or a coaching call I've done. It could be, I'm listening to a couple of audiobooks, so it could be notes from the audiobook. It could just be brainstorming. I have a section in there for, I think that's where I have, let's see, I'll just show you. So I have my little cheat sheet for the Louise Hay colors and numbers, because I do this daily when I'm deciding what my affirmation and my focus is each day. Then I'll reference this sheet and use that. I have one of the books to read inserts from Jane's Agenda, and this came again in the January sub box. The shows and movies to watch, the order tracker. I think this might have come in the December box. A size guide just for the different paper sizes in general. And then we go into some details and notes from different training sessions and things that I'm going to keep that covered for now. And then the last tab that I added was a blank tab. So now this is where I have just blank paper. So I have a couple of different versions of inserts. These are some of the quad list pages from Jane's Agenda, which I thought those are handy. And then of course I just have those dot grid pages in there. So that way I know just the blank pages are at the very back. And then the very last section is just or it's not even a section, it's just the back cover. I was gonna see, what are these? I think these are a Happy Planner insert that's like divided this way. Sometimes I was using this for my budgeting pages, but now I have some new budget pages from Jane's Agenda to be using. So that's the other side of that cardstock dashboard. And then I have this one on the back. And what I've been doing is keeping this pen loop or this pen holder on the back cover, because I just liked the front cover. I thought it was too pretty to cover that up. So I've been keeping it back here, which has been working out pretty well. When I have my pen in there, and I usually use my Friction 4-color pen, then it lives back there, and you know, it doesn't sit completely flat, but that's fine. I'm usually just carrying it around with me. Then whenever I need to use it, it sits fine. So then I can get my pen out and use it and have everything I need. Okay, so now let's jump back to January. So this is the cover that came in some of the inserts for January from Jane's Agenda, and I like this quote that says, "Now is the time for guts and guile," and that's a quote from Elizabeth Taylor. So what I'm going to add here is one round of these monthly classic inserts. So the monthly classic page is a blank page on the inside, the dashboard that has a section for task list, active projects, goals, and then a quick glance at a glance calendar. Then you have the 2-page spread for the month, and I like that there are lines on each of the calendar squares because that makes it a lot easier to use. And I also usually put my monthly affirmation and word of the month that I focus on at the very top, and I like those line sections. And then this week down at the left-hand side column will be where I put my Fly Lady Zone cleaning checklist, and then it just goes right into the next month. So now we'll have February. Okay, so that is the first 6 months in my dividers. So that way, if I need to do any future planning for appointments or family events, things like that, then I can quickly jot those down. And the other 6 months will just go in my holding planner where I'm going to keep all the pages that I'm not quite ready to use. So we'll have that to set aside. Then for the budget section, right now, I'm just going to grab the first 6 months and we'll keep that in there. I think, actually, on second thought, I think I'm just going to put 1 month at a time in the budget section because I don't really need to do like future planning with that. So I'm just going to put the January pages in my budget section, and then I'll add some of those budget pages from the January sub box and work on setting that up separately. Okay, then I have my January through, let's go ahead and do through June. That'll be for, through June. Okay, so this will be what I'm using for my social media planning. And helping me with making sure I'm following up on posts and video ideas, and even just customer follow-ups with my Jordan Essentials business. So I do have a social tab where that all is going to live there. And like I said, this will just be like a quick reference, and then I'll do the detailed planning in that other planner. But this is something that will go with me, and the other planner is just gonna stay here in my office. So then the final thing is the daily insert pages. January 31st. And I'll probably go through the weekend. Okay, so what I've pulled is the very last week of January, which does include, I think I'm gonna do that way. So this last week of January, we have 2 days in January, and the rest go in February. So I think I'm going to put these pages actually with the February planner pages. So I'm just gonna have up through January 29th that will go in my January divider. And I think this should all work out, hopefully. So there's January, so I'll have my monthly page. So this inside page will have my personal month information from the Louise Hay Colors and Numbers book. And then I'll have the dashboard where I can work on all the projects and everything. I'll have the main calendar for the month. This will be my memories for the month. And then this starts my daily pages. So I think I'm going to take this page out because I don't need that. So we'll start right here with the first week. Now, normally I would do my getting things done grid over here where I have just 4 quad lists basically for errands to run, contacts to make, personal projects and to-do items, and work project and to-do items. So as I'm thinking about it, maybe what I should grab is one of those quad list pages and try using that, because that would take a lot less setup. It's already the 4 quad list design that I've been using, and so basically I could just add a little marker and sticker decoration to that, and that would be enough. Okay, then let's go back here to these blank pages at the back and get one of these quad list pages. And what might be kind of nice about that is I could have, you know, the 1 week that carries me through. I could, instead of having to transfer the list, I could just move the piece of paper, which might be a little more efficient. So I think I'm excited to give this a try. And then right here, I'll have my January monthly memories page, and then this will be my getting things done spread. And I'm actually really excited about that because these have plenty of lines for my lists, and then I have 2 pages, 2 sides to it. So I could potentially, like I said, just keep using this. What I'll probably do is use this side first because that's what I'm used to seeing. And then I may just transfer, and once I get to the end of the first week, I'll just insert, where is it? Right here. So then I'll just move this quad list page over to here, and I could keep going off the same list. Or if I filled it up and used it up, then I could pull it out and just flip it over and use the back side, but on the same left-hand side that I'm used to using. That would give me this notes page back to use as notes. Not that I have felt like I needed it, but it might just be nice to not have to set up this quad list page every time it's the start of a new week. So yeah, I think I'm excited about that. And then we go into those daily pages. So we have the weekly overview page, and then we'll go right into the first couple of days, which I'm just noticing there is some overlap. So I've already planned out Tuesday through Saturday. So what I think I'm going to do is take this whole first week out because I've already planned this week in my previous collection. There we go. So now this is where I'm leaving off from my December pages. Let's see if I have that right. Yes, so this is leaving off with January 1st, and then I'll go into January 2nd. So that saved me a few pages in there as well. So then the final thing I'll do is go in and set up the month of January and kind of get that decorated, but I think this video is probably long enough, so we'll do that in the next video together. And there is where I'll probably be using these January stickers from the Prayerful Planner. If you sign up for their email list, then these come in the email periodically. And then I can also use some of my other markers and stickers there as well. So I hope that was fun for you to see the initial setup process and just talk a little bit about how I went through thinking about my planner. As you can see, it is pretty chunky, so I may decide that I need to take some pages out, or I don't know, we'll just see. It could just be that I'll take December out once we start this coming week, and that will save me a few pages. Or I could always shift back up to my 2-inch discs. I think these are the 1.5-inch disc, but I don't know that I necessarily want to plan to bring that much planner around with me. That might be a little too heavy. So I think I'm going to play around with it, or I might take out some of those blank pages that are in there. But we'll just see. We'll see how it goes, and that's a good start and at least a place to begin. So thanks for joining me today. I hope that gave you a fun look at how I'm beginning to set up my planner for 2023. It's awesome to be thinking about a new year and a fresh start. And even though I'm excited to get things going, I also feel like I just need to slowly take my time thinking through some of these new systems I'm going to be trying and new ways of doing things and ways of planning. And of course, the whole point is that I want to be more mindful of how I'm using my time, that I'm doing things at work and that I enjoy doing, but also giving me enough time to do the things that are important in the rest of my life. So thanks for joining me. Have a great one. Happy New Year. I'm so glad that we're starting it off together. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button down below if you enjoy my planning videos. And of course, I'll be back on Tuesday with another Tiny Tidy Tuesday project. I'm starting a new shelf in the basement, so that's kind of exciting for me, and I can't wait to share it with you. Have a great one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.